Hanekawa from the Monogatari series is a very boring character, at least that's how people view her in the story. She's pretty much seen as a goody two-shoes, a teacher's pet, and a person that can literally do no wrong. She is also seemed to be very smart, but she stays humble about it, saying her famous quote, "I only know what I do know." But we later come to find out that that is not true, and that is all a facade that she puts up in front of people that she barely knows. And really, the only people that do know about her true personality is none other than our main character, Araragi. But the reason she puts up this perfect personality is to cope with the terrible family dynamic that she has. Because she has two step-parents, and how does that work? Well, her original biological mother gave birth to her while she was 17. But her biological mother liked to mess with many men, but her last man would be a workaholic. But after some time, her biological mother will end up offing herself, leaving her with the stepfather. And although that does sound terrible, it gets a lot worse from here, because although she was left with the stepfather who is a workaholic, he ends up remarrying. But due to the fact that he is a workaholic, he does end up overworking himself to death. That would eventually leave Hanekawa living with her stepmother. This stepmother would end up eventually remarrying, leaving her with a stepmother and a stepfather. Unfortunately for her though, her family is still not the best, because rather than having her room in a house that she lives in, she ends up living in a hallway. And all of what I mentioned earlier, plus the way she's perceived by other people, leads up to what the Black Hanekawa is. But I'll make that into another video, because this video is already long enough, and most of y'all have already probably clicked off.